Hello and welcome to the Success with Savita podcast, where we share hot tips on how to do life and business without losing your mind. I'm your host, Savita Nanjappa, entrepreneur, high-achieving 9-to-5er turned transformational success coach, helping you create a wildly successful business. Come hang out with me and other fabulous humans like you every week for stories and chats packed with a healthy dose of tips, resources, how-tos, and real talk. Side effects may include a happier and more confident you with each passing day.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Success with Savita podcast. As the new year approaches, I'm excited to share with you my ins and outs. I want to do a whole set of episodes around this time of the year, a year end episode, a wrapped episode, my hopes for the new year, my ins and outs, vision boarding, goal setting. I want to share all of this with you, and I think I'll enjoy creating that content as you would, I hope, enjoy listening to it. And in today's episode, I'm excited to share about my new year ins and outs for 2025. It's all about the habits and mindsets and practices that I want to welcome into my life and things that I'll be leaving behind. And I hope this inspires you also to kind of reflect and do this. What I was surprised by when I was putting together this list is how easily I was able to do it this year, whereas in the past I've struggled. And I think that's one because this is a topic that I've spent a lot of time thinking about, but I've also gotten better at articulating what I want to say, what I'm thinking, and putting it down into words that lead to action. And in the past, I may have been able to, in general say stuff, but I don't think I would have had the ability to be as specific as I have been this year. And I think that comes with doing the work, the personal growth work, with doing the work that I'm doing as a coach, right? I spend a lot of time having these kind of conversations, and that's helped me have that space to grow in my own mindset and my own personal growth journey. So, yeah, this is about stepping into the best version of myself, finding more joy, and saying goodbye to what no longer serves me. And with that, I want to say grab your favorite drink and settle in and let's get into it. Or if you're driving and listening to it, do not drink, water maybe, but let's get into it. So let's start with the ins for the year. I think I'll do both at the same time. Let me do the ins and outs kind of at the same time. Number one is romanticizing my life. You may have heard this a lot, where at least on other some episodes, and if you're in a country where TikTok works, a lot of people talk about how they want to romanticize their life. What does this mean? It means making the small things more meaningful and making it more joyful to do. You don't have to feel like, oh my God, household chores are a drudgery, but how can you make it so it's more pleasant? It's a better, more pleasant experience for you, even if it's something that you dislike. How do you make your day to day, your everyday little things that you do, whether it's, how you start your morning, whether it's how you make your coffee, or the music that you put on in your house, or the flowers that you buy, things like that. Or even at your desk when you're sitting down to work, how you like to set up your desk specially. So making all those smaller, meaningful, the smaller things, finding the joy in that is, and hyping it up basically, is what romanticizing life is. And that's why first in fact, I want to do more of that. And also it's because it follows my second in, which is living in the moment. It's not that I haven't been living in the moment, but I feel like in a time when it's really busy, when, especially now as a parent to a preteen, I have a pet, I have a home that's undergoing some renovation, I have parents here who are also, aging, growing older and have some needs, managing the family estate, managing my business, and trying to have a social life and work out and, network and do all the things that I need to do for my business. It gets really busy. And so it's all about getting through the day, my next thing on the to do list, and what's happening in the week. And sometimes I sit down and I'm like, I just don't want to do anything. And that's where I say, yeah, more living in the moment and enjoying it on a day to day, daily basis versus only going from Okay, I have that event to look forward to. Okay, I have this meal to look forward to. Okay, I need to do this. But, doing all the things that I have to do on a day to day basis, feeling like I'm so busy and I don't have time to think about how good my life can be, right? So, yeah, more living in the moment. My next in is low maintenance friendships. Really not having friends which require me to deal with drama, require me to deal with attention that needs to be given. I can be there for a friend who's going through a rough time, but maybe, all those friends who just give you a hard time because, you've just been busy doing life, or I am a business owner. Nobody seems to understand my journey, but we are running a business. I do have a team. I do have a ton of clients. I do host workshops and stuff, and work is important. It does take up a huge chunk of my day. It does take a huge chunk of my day. And a lot of people don't get that. They think, oh, what is she doing? I know when a lot of friends expect me to meet them on weekdays for a meal or weekdays to do activities that they have no idea what's going on in my work life, right? So I really need low maintenance friendships which do not give me drama, and it's just one more issue that I've got to deal with. That's something that is in for me. And definitely out is high maintenance relationships, right? Or friendships of any way, because it's just not possible. Not in the season that I am in my life, not in the phase that I am in my life. It's just not possible at all. So that's on the, low maintenance friendships. But what's also in is along the same lines, what's in is group trips, girls' group trips, mom and kids' trips with sisters. I managed to do one this year. I'd like to do a lot more with friends, with girlfriends, and I want to plan at least 1 or 2 trips per year with friends. And I really understood that when I travel with a friend, my relationship becomes more meaningful and you're adding more memories to it. So, yeah, definitely that big family trips, if we can all get along, that is. But that's definitely in. Also, in is what's out on this point is waiting for the right time to go on a trip, waiting for the right time to do something. No, that's out. Okay. My next in is planning and celebrating not just milestone birthdays, but all birthdays, all anniversaries, important moments. And I don't mean just going out for that special meal, but a little bit more, maybe get people together. Maybe it's an occasion that can be made memorable. It can be something to celebrate. And I want to do more of that this year. I feel like in 2024, I haven't done it. So in the new year, I want to do more of that. What's also in is dinner parties. So I want to, I'm going through a home renovation. So I've been waiting for the right moment to host my friends, which I haven't done in a while. I haven't entertained in a while. I think since I had my child, that's just entertaining people has kind of fallen off the radar. But I thought about it this year that I like entertaining and I want to do more of that. So I'm booking it in dinner party a month, or one catch up at home entertaining thing that I want to do. That's definitely in. My next in is because I'm going through a home renovation. Last year we did up our terrace. We're going to be spending some time on the terrace garden now, time and money. And then we're also doing a bit more of renovation in our living spaces. I want to enjoy my home. So that's a big in. Actually enjoying my home, my living spaces, that's in. That'll make me really happy to be able to spend that time in my own home. And on that note, what's out is maybe looking for places to chill. If I could chill and hang out at home, that's great. But also looking for places to chill. Suddenly, last minute, we're making plans and we're like, oh, where are we going? Where are we? And then we end up going to the same place. But actually, in my city, there are so many new places opening up. So, what I've done is I put together a running list of restaurants, coffee shops, and then I kind of literally tick them off as I go through it. And that way, I get to check out a new place, but I've also gone to a new place and we're not at a loose end for where to hang out. And of course, don't always have to hang out outside and you can hang out at home. So that's my in and out there. What else is in is, and I'm doing all the personal stuff first before I go into the work stuff. Being a tourist in my own city and state and country, not always looking to do something outside the country. So that's out. Constantly having only outside the country travel, but also planning definitely one place to do in my own country, in my own city. There's still some places that I haven't visited in my own city with my child, and I like to show her around. So I want to do that, being the tourist in my own city. My next in is crafting with my kid. I think this is something I'd like to do a lot more of, baking and then doing craft with my kid and her friends, getting a couple of kids together to do this. And this is something I want to do more of. And what is out, therefore, is taking my kid to paid activities to do stuff which are like paid extracurriculars or paid events that I'm taking my kid to versus doing them at home. My next in is on the health front, right? Yeah, health and wellness and longevity. This is really important to me. In fact, it's become a core value. This year, I've done some gains on the getting healthier part. But for 2025, it's a major focus. Health and wellness is fully in, not just, so far I've done well on strength. Now I want to improve that capacity. I want to build on endurance. I want to do more cardio. I also want to invest time and money on wellness therapies, which are linked to longevity, like red light therapy, infrared saunas, EMF mats, things like that. I really want to invest and do more of that. And that's on the plan. And also doing things like going on hikes, maybe going to a wellness spa on a holiday. So those are things I want to do. Definitely that's in. And what's out is neglecting my health for sure. That I have done that over the past few years. And so out is neglecting my health. And because longevity is in, what is out is being afraid to age. I'm all about doing longevity and doing life well and healthy and fit now. My next in is more sleep. I feel like I sleep I sleep decently, but I've done certain things which mess with my sleep quality, my REM sleep, like using devices and stuff like that, which I need to stop and I will stop. It's definitely out. Blue light, so much exposure to blue light is out in 2025. So more sleep is in, high quality sleep is in, poor quality sleep is out. And also relative to sleep, what is also out is thinking sleeping is lazy, because this is a conditioning that we've been brought up with, thinking that someone who sleeps longer, someone who likes to say that they like to sleep, considered lazy or slobs. That's not true. You are sleeping because you need it and your body needs it. So letting go of that conditioning is important. Also on the personal habits front, it's learning personal routines and habits front. It's learning skill sets, learning tennis, learning to cook that one great biryani, learning swimming, which I've added on my must-do list for every year. New Year resolutions for every year has been swimming and has never been done, never been attempted. I mean, I did go once many years ago, but I still haven't learned to swim. So for 2025, it's back on, but it's the last time it's back on. I either do it or I don't, right? What's in is habits that make me feel alive. And what's out is just letting the day just go past in a blur. That's out. What's out is also having a full bucket list, because I said swimming and all of that. I'm going to add all of these skill sets. And therefore, what is out is having a full bucket list but no action on it, like said swimming. And yeah, I think those are my ins on the personal side. Let's go to the travel piece. On the travel piece, while I said I want to do more trips with, groups and friends and stuff like that, I also consider slow travel is in. No more trying to do everything in 5 days flat and just come back tired. I'm going to let go of FOMO. I'm going to pick 3, 4 things that I must do when I travel somewhere. And then I'm going to just let go of the rest of the stuff for another time. You can't do it all. You can't push yourself and not enjoy everything and just, go to places because it's Instagrammable. That's out. So slow travel is in, fast travel, checklist traveling, must do Instagrammable spots. All of this is out. And finally, on the personal thing, I also want to add that building my circle, curating my friend circle, my connection circle, my network, my even business friendships and partnerships, clients, all of this is really important to me. While at the same time, I do want to widen my circle of friends, my circle of connections. I want to making friendships is hard as you grow older, but I want to make new friendships as well if I can make it happen. So that's definitely in building my circle and curating my circle. And what's out is being too busy to do it. That's definitely out. Okay, on the travel front, another thing that I did add was more event based travel. This is something I've realized I enjoy, like traveling because there's a concert happening, and then I have a couple of, you know, days to kind of do other things as well. Or maybe going to go catch a Wimbledon match, maybe going to an F1 race. So, experienced event, not experience basis, but event based travel is something that I do want to add on to my list. So, that's in for sure. What's out is neglecting my health. What is out is also, just dreaming versus what's in, which is executing. And coming to the work front, it's going to be all about the execution and consistency this year. No more just dreaming and waiting for the right time, which I tend to do a lot of. No more procrastinating. I do that a bit. Even though I'm in the business that I am, even though I'm in the space that I am, it tends to happen. I think it happens to the best of us. So, yeah, no more dreaming. That's out. What's in is execution and consistency. What's also in is deep work. Sometimes I've let that slide during a busy period. So, more deep work, being making it a non negotiable. What's also in is planning and organizing way ahead of time. That's something that I've gotten really good at in the last 2, 3 months. I have my newsletters written until March. Podcasts are being recorded regularly and being batch recorded. So I'm very happy about my progress on this front, and I want to extend this to my social media, to my videos, to my book, to my events, and all of that. What's out is last minute deadlines and plans. I still tend to do 20% of that still does happen. So that's definitely out. No more last minute stuff. I can't do it. I'm quitting on that. What's in is living in the moment. What's out is anxiety, looking back, feeling burnout, feeling exhausted, regrets, all that is out. What is also out is high maintenance friendships, but on the work front, what is in is events. I like going to events, and I'd like to host a couple of my own signature events or marquee events. What is also in is some products, something new coming up. So in the business, that's in. And what is also in is being really visible, being really sharp and on top of my content, being very clear that I need to do more work on my personal brand for 2025. So all that is in. What else is out? I may say before I end this is definitely, of course, out is sugar. I'm done. I can't eat any more sugar. What is out is also toxic non-reciprocal relationships, which is same as the high maintenance ones. What is out is, content consumption. I definitely need to let go of consuming so much content. It's too much. What I do is just too much right now. Also, limiting a lot of the world news. I don't need to be in the know. I don't need to be on top of things. Just do what is required for my work and research, catch up on news and catch up on world events a few times a week or once a day, but not like through the day just consuming it. Can't do it. And among the final in that I want to share is being really committed to my personal growth, continuing to do the work and pushing myself consistently out of the comfort zone. And there you have it. That's my New Year ins and outs for 2025. This list is all about stepping into the year with clarity and intention and purpose for me. And if you're doing it, remember it's not about being perfect, but it's about, it's progress and finding what works for you. I hope this inspires you to think about your own ins and outs for the new year. So let me know what you're ready for or what are you letting go of. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So feel free to share them with me on social media via DMs or in the comments section. Thank you for tuning in. And here's to an incredible end of the year for you. And looking forward to the new year. And I hope you'll continue to join me on my podcast as the new year dawns and you find a lot of value in what I'm sharing over here in the year ahead. Thank you and stay inspired.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like this episode and you want more, you can go to the show notes on my website, which is successwithsavita.com/podcast. If you like what you've heard so far, I would be grateful to you if you could leave me a 5-star review, subscribe to this podcast, and share with a friend who may find this useful. You can also follow me on my Instagram at successwithsavita and DM me any questions you may have, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Until the next episode, believe in yourself and all the best to your success.